Bibi Apampa. Today I'll be talking about rich retirement planning. How to plan towards being wealthy, healthy, and wise in retirement. Wealthy, healthy, and wise in retirement. Retirement is a stage that many people are a bit scared of because they feel like once I stop active life, what would happen to me in retirement? What will I be doing? And it's because some people don't understand that actually it's not retirement, it's refinement. You are moving and starting something new. It's a brand new start for you. And I guess when people think about retirement and they look at the challenges and they wonder, how am I supposed to cope in retirement? But really, if you look at these challenges, there are 5 of them that I've identified. They're not something that should get anybody worried. We're going to walk through it so that we can actually plan towards being wealthy, healthy, and rich in retirement, being wise as well in retirement. Now, there are 5 challenges that many people consider when they think of retirement. The first challenge is health. Yes, as we grow older, definitely many people have challenges with their health. But that should not stop you from enjoying your retirement. We'll talk about some of the things you can do to make sure that when it comes to health challenges, we're able to overcome them. The second challenge that many people look at when they're talking about retirement is their income. They feel like once I stop working and I'm not expecting any income at the end of the month, how will I cope? What would happen? We'll talk about that as well. These are challenges that I believe we can all overcome so we can have a rich and peaceful retirement. The other challenge that many people consider is lack of authority. Especially for those who have been used to being the CEO or being in charge in their companies, all of a sudden they feel they have nobody else that they are in the authority over. They are just on their own. They've lost significance, they've lost relevance, and that gives them a bit of a concern. The other challenge again that people think about when it comes to retirement is that of companionship. Surely as some people lose maybe their spouse, or maybe they find out that they are at home on retirement and their friends are still working, so they don't have people they can talk with or gist with or relate with because they are retired, but other people they know have not retired. Another challenge that people face when they talk of retirement is that of independence. Being free, being able to take their own decisions. And all of a sudden in retirement, like if somebody else is now responsible, you are not fully in charge of your life anymore. We look at these challenges and how we can overcome them to plan for a peaceful retirement that would lead us to being healthy, wealthy, and wise in retirement. Now, I'd like to ask you a question. Do you have a retirement plan? Some people think of their husband as their retirement plan, their spouse as their retirement plan. Some people look at their parents and think, oh, anyway, my parents are always there. They'll be there to give me emergency fund if I ever run into problems or need money. The other people who work and believe that their children are their retirement fund. But I like to say no. Build your own wealth. Your children should not be your retirement plan. Your spouse should not be your retirement plan. We're going to talk about how you can build your wealth so that you can retire, as I keep on saying, wealthy, retire healthy, and retire wise. Now, in planning for a peaceful retirement, 4 plans that you need to have. The first one is the transition plan. When you're planning your retirement, you should have a transition plan. The second plan you need to have is your healthy and fit for life plan. There is no point going into retirement and your body cannot sustain your lifestyle. You need to be healthy and you need to be fit for life to enjoy your retirement. The third plan you need to have is your wisdom plan. What do I mean by wisdom plan? I'll go into that later. And then your wealth building plan. These are the 4 plans you need to have in place for have a peaceful, healthy, wealthy, and wise retirement. Now let us look at the transition plan, the very first plan I'm talking. The goal in your transition plan is to manage change, to manage your transition from active work life into your retirement life. And I said it's not just retirement, it's retirement, because you're starting all over again. You're starting a new lifestyle. And what are the things you need to consider in coming up with this your transition plan? The first thing is your mindset. What do I mean by mindset? You need to look at yourself as somebody who is refiring up for a new adventure in life. Don't look at retirement as a season where you're just going to be sitting at home and not have anything to do and you're going to grow old. No, the mindset needs to change. That this is a season for me to start again, the season to enjoy all the things that I love to do, the season to go out, take care of grandchildren, start a new hobbies, travel, do many things. So it's important. That mindset, that positive mindset, it's very, very important. Apart from the mindset, you need to have an abundance mentality. Don't keep on thinking, oh, will I run out of money? Will I have challenges? What would happen? No. That mindset is very, very important. As we said, this transition plan is to manage the change, the transition from your active work life into your retirement life. And one of the things in this, when we're talking about this transition plan, is managing time, managing your mindset, and managing your money. Let's look at managing time, making your time count. Focus on planning your years. If you retire maybe at 60 or 65, ask yourself, what do I see myself doing during those periods? What are the things that I need to put in place to make sure that my retirement time, my retirement years are years of peaceful solitude, communing with God, playing with the grandchildren, having enough money in the bank, having an activity that keeps you occupied. These are things you need to look about when you're talking about the transition plan. You need to schedule time to monitor, to mentor your life circle. This is a time where you need to be a bridge builder, be the one that, that moves the family together, that makes the love in the family grow. All these are things you put in your transition plan. It's a time where you unclutter your life. Many times when you are actively working, there are so many things people saying, I'll do this later, I'll do this one time, but now when you're going into retirement, this is the time to unclutter your life. All the things you didn't have time to do, now is the time to do them. And that's one thing that's the main thing about the transition plan. These are things you need to put into place. How do I manage my relationships? What are the relationships I need to keep on? This is why it's very important when you're looking at this to keep up with your friends, keep up with your old schoolmates, keep up with your university group, your social club, your church, your group in the church. This is the time to make sure that you make this relationship solid so that people you can always look on to and relate with in your retirement. Now, going to the second plan, the healthy and fit for life plan. Remember I told you that in planning for a peaceful, rich retirement, you need to have 4 plans. I told you the first one is your transition plan. The second plan is your healthy and fit for life plan. You need to be healthy and fit as you go into retirement. And there are 3 areas we need to consider. There's the diet fitness, body fitness, and lifestyle fitness. What are these areas when we're talking about being healthy and fit for life? A plan for being healthy and fit for life. There's a need to improve your lifestyle. There's a need to make sure you are healthy. There's a need to make sure that you eat differently and not just eat like you were eating when you were younger. Now, if you look at that word, EAT, eat, is an acronym I've come up with that talks about how you can actually incorporate this healthy lifestyle into your life as you're growing older. The first E there says eat differently by making healthy food choices. The A is for act differently by starting a regular exercise program, body fitness. And the T there is think differently by changing your lifestyle, your behavior, how to motivate yourself, the lifestyle fitness. Now, let us go through each of these plans one by one. Now, going to the E in the eat, where I talk about eat differently, which is diet fitness. Now you have to make different choices when it comes to food. Eat water-rich food. This is fruits and vegetables. Control that sweet tooth. You might be someone like me that maybe loves eating cakes or maybe taking ice cream. Now you need to reduce it. You count the calories as you eat. Choose white meat over red meat. Take your vitamins, take your supplements. Operate the carbs curfew. Try to not eat after 6 p.m. because your body needs time to digest the food before you go to bed. And then increase the fiber and drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water as much as possible. Actually, you can go into what we call intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is you either choose to eat between an 8 hour globe, which is like you eat maybe around between 11 and 7 p.m., 11 a.m., or you choose between 12 noon and 8 p.m. That way your body adjusts to what we call intermittent fasting routine. Or the other thing you can do is just to take 2 days off. So you eat regularly for 5 days and take 2 days when you don't eat as much as the other 5 days. Like if you are a Christian or Muslim, you can decide to take those 2 days as days when you fast, so that your body can let go of toxins in your system. Now going to the A, which is act differently in it is body fitness. What do I mean by body fitness? It's time for you to learn how to move your body. You cannot just be sitting still for a long time. What you can do is maybe just decide that every morning you take a 30 minutes walk. Just in your garden, in your compound, just go up and down. And if you're somebody who loves to sing or who loves to dance, play music, dance, move your body, shake your body. It's not good for you as you're growing older to be sitting for too long. You need to exercise this body. You need to make sure that your joints are all flexible and you are able to not live a sedentary life. Because living a sedentary life, some of the causes those are some of the challenges that people have as they grow older. Dance, tucking your tummy when you work. Be sure that your posture is straight as much as possible. This is important because as you're growing older, you want to be healthy. So it's important for you to incorporate at least a form of regular exercise into your body. Now, the T there is lifestyle fitness in the eat. We talk about, changing your lifestyle when it comes to food, when it comes to it. The T in the eat is think differently. Changing your lifestyle, your behavior, staying motivated. So what are the things that we need to do when we are talking about this T, the lifestyle fitness? It's determined primarily by the choices that you make. This involves making choices when it comes to where you are living, where you're going to stay in retirement. You need to stay in a peaceful environment where the noise pollution and the air pollution is low. You need to stay in a place where you won't be commuting for long. Places that maybe you go regularly, maybe like your club, your social club, or your fitness club, or your church, or the mosque. Areas where you go, you don't want to commute, you don't want long periods of commuting. Then you want to reduce your dependence on drugs. Know that as we grow older, we take more supplements, we take more vitamins. But we don't want to be dependent on pain relievers. So it's important as much as possible to make sure that we reduce dependence on drugs. And it's important to live a life of forgiveness. There are many medical issues that has been traced to people not forgiving other people. Forget about it. Let's go. If somebody has offended you, let's go. This is the time when you need to live at peace with people. So you don't want to be in a situation where you're always in agitation, feeling that somebody has done something wrong for you. No, forgive and let's go. And then since you're talking about retirement, this is a time when you need to enjoy your holiday. Take time off, travel, discover new places, pick up new hobbies, see what you can do to just make life easier and more enjoyable for you. We're still going on about rich retirement planning, how to retire healthy, wealthy, and wise, peacefully as well. The third plan that we're going to look at is the wisdom plan. Remember, we have talked about the transition plan, we've talked about being healthy and fit for life plan. Now we're looking at the wisdom plan. Why do you need to have a wisdom plan? A wisdom plan details what you want to happen when you are no longer around. Who takes care of you? Who takes care of your assets? Who has access to what you own? That is what goes inside the wisdom plan. Let's start with what we should have in the wisdom plan. The first thing you should have in your wisdom plan is the power of attorney. Power of attorney states that if anything happens to me, this my daughter or this my son or this my brother is responsible and is allowed to take decisions concerning me. That means that whoever has the power of attorney can decide which clinic or which hospital you go or where you live, what kind of food you eat, things like that. Because the time could come, anything could happen, and you're not able to take decisions. You need somebody you trust, that you have given the power of attorney to help you to take the decisions. The second thing that should go inside your wisdom plan is your will. I know many people, especially in Africa, they're always scared about writing their will. They feel that, oh, once I write a will, it means I'm about to die. No. Writing your will shows that you are responsible, you know who your loved ones are, you know how your things should be shared, who should take what, who should be responsible for. These are the things that go inside the will. So it's important for you to write your will and make it very, very explicit. Who gets what? Who distributes what? Who sits in one company? Who takes over your cars? Who takes over your house? Who is in charge of paying your bills when you're those are the things you should be very, very don't make it general. It's important. The other thing you need to have, apart from your legal will, is your digital will. You know that right now most of us have bank accounts, we have investments, we have things that will keep that are all in digital forms. And we all have passwords, we have codes and PIN numbers. It's important for somebody to have access to those PIN codes, to those numbers, to those passwords, if anything happens to you. So it's better to have a digital will. And I usually counsel my clients that what you can do is to write everything out on a sheet of paper and then email it to yourself or upload it to your Google Drive. And make sure that somebody that you trust, that you know would carry out your will, will be able to have access to that email account or to that Google Drive or that cloud copy that we've uploaded it to. Now, the other thing about the wisdom plan is to nurture your love circle, social community, and people who are around you. This is the time when you should be a bridge builder. This is the time when you should be able to bring all the family together. People should be able to look at you as somebody they can go to and they're always at peace going to that person. This is a time when you should think about what would happen to your generation, your third generation from now. Plan for them. Write something out for them. I'm a Bible scholar, and there's a place in the Bible that tells me that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. That is not just planning for his children, but it's planning for his children's children, his grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Your wisdom plan should have a plan you have for 3 generations. And then when we're talking about wisdom plan again, how do you equip yourself spiritually and empower yourself? We all need an anchor to hold on to. So this is a time when you need to be at peace with your God and be at peace with people around you. Live a peaceful life. Learn to forgive. Learn to forget. Learn to laugh, even over your problems or challenges or whatever it is that is around you. And then finally, you need to have an empowering daily routine. What do I mean by empowering daily routine? When you are going into your golden years, you need to have a routine that you follow, which would make things just flow well for you. And that's why this third plan, the wisdom plan, is very, very important. I would like to share an empowering daily routine. This one was something I picked from a book called Miracle Morning. And it talks about what you can do to set your day right. The first thing in that particular, what that book talks about, is that you're using the acronym of SAVERS. It will help you to have an empowering daily routine. What is the first thing? The S in SAVERS is for silence. When you wake up, just be silent. Be at peace. Commune with your God, commune with your Maker. Just be peaceful, have peace around you, be silent. Then the A in savers is affirmations, encouraging what you tell yourself to achieve your goals, to set your day right. For those who are religious, it's a time when you pray to God. It's a time you commune with God. It's a time you share time telling your Maker what you want to happen in your life, what you want to happen in your generation, the peace you want all around you. This is the time you put in all these affirmations, you pray. The V in savers is for visualization. Because now you're in control of your time. In retirement, visualize how your day would go. Visualize you having a peaceful day. Visualize the time you're spending with your family. Visualize yourself doing things step by step and achieving the goals you've set for yourself for the day. Now, the E in saver stands for exercise. As I said earlier, it's time for you to move your body, at least on a daily basis. Choose 30 minutes of a time when you decide, I am concentrating on my body. I am going to move my body, I'm going to exercise. If it's 30 minutes walk around my compound, if it's dancing, if it's anything you think you need to do to move your body, to exercise it, to set you ready, to set you happy and ready for the new day. Then the HAL stands for reading. It's important if you're going into retirement to exercise your brain. Your brain is also a muscle. You cannot allow your brain not to be exercised. So it's important for you to read. If possible, do crossword, read your Bible or read your Quran or read the newspapers, but on a daily basis. It's important for you to read and read and read because you need to exercise your brain. You don't want a situation where you're not being as current as everybody around you or not knowing what is going on. Now the S in savers for you to have an empowering day stands for scribbling. Scribbling means you write. It's been proven that there's a link between your hand and your brain. And you know, as I said, I'm a Bible scholar. There's a place in the Bible that says you should write the vision and make it plain, that people may run with it. When you keep writing, you are putting life to what you want to happen to you. So it's important for you to write, to scribble for the day, to have an empowering day. Now I'm going to go to the fourth plan, which is the wealth building plan. We're talking about how to plan for a healthy, wealthy, peaceful, and wise retirement. We've talked about 3 plans. We talked about the transition plan, we talked about the healthy and fit for life plan, we talked about the wisdom plan. Now we're going to the wealth building plan. I know this is one that most people are really, really interested in. What is the wealth building plan? The wealth building plan is to ensure that you are comfortable throughout your retirement life, that you have enough passive income coming in that will take you through the number of years that you have to spend in retirement. It's for you to have multiple streams of income that comes in, and you know that even when you're not working, you're not doing anything, this money flows passively into your bank account. So there are 3 goals when it comes to having this the wealth building plan. The first goal is to grow multiple streams of sustainable income. The second goal is to learn how to manage or cut your expenses. And the third goal is to legally minimize tax, especially in your retirement. Now you need to understand when it comes to growing wealth, what are the things that you need to know, that you need to do? The first thing you need to know is the basic skills of money. There are 7 skills when it comes to money. What are these 7 basic skills of money when we're talking about your wealth building strategy? The first one is to value money. What do I mean by value money? There's something we call the mystery of the compound interest. The more money you save and it's being compounded, the more it grows, the faster it grows. So it's important for you to value money because putting off your investment strategy by a year could actually cost you much more than you ever thought of. So it's important to start immediately and start on time in planning towards your retirement and your wealth building strategy. The second skill you need to learn is how to make money. Using other people's ideas, other people's effort, because you can't do everything on your own. So learn how to make money. Please watch out for some of our other videos where we talk about businesses you can do in retirement and then passive income strategies. This is covered, it's going to be covered in another training. The next thing you need to know is how to save money. It's important that as much as possible during your working and active life, you save at least 10% of everything that comes to you. You might ask yourself, oh, the 100% is not even enough. Where will I get the 10% to save? If you don't start saving early, it will still be difficult for you to save. So it's better for you to just start saving early and save at least 10% of your income, any income that comes into your hands. The next thing you need to know how to do is how to invest. There are 4 money mountains. There is real estate, there is portfolio investment, there is marketing, which is starting your own business or being in the expert niche. So you need to know how to invest your money properly. Regardless of how millionaires make their money, they always keep their money in real estate. So it's important for you as much as possible to go into real estate, starting with owning your own home, then owning a commercial property or owning a buy-to-let, a rental property where you get money coming in. This because the value of real estate always appreciates. In all economies, over time, real estate always appreciates. The other investment thing you need to consider are paper investments. Paper investments are things you own, but they're not something you can really own. They're not physical. Like maybe you own shares in a company, or you have mutual funds, or you have a pension fund, or you're into bonds. All these are paper investments, portfolio investments. So it's important for you to have a diversified portfolio. Invest in shares, buy bonds, invest in mutual funds, go into treasury bills, different investment opportunities. The next investment opportunity you can also think about is investing in businesses, putting money down for new ventures, being a venture financier, or starting your own business, and then becoming an expert in something. People should know you for something that you do. It's an investment as well. Now, the fourth thing you need to know about the skills of money that you need to acquire for your wealth building plan is learning how to manage money, financial planning. How do you plan your finances so that there's always enough to tide you over and for you to have enough investments for your retirement years? It's something you need to learn. Financial planning of the money that comes into your hand, the different places it goes, how you save, how you invest, what you do with the rest. These are things you need to learn and acquire the skills in. Now, another skill of money that you need to acquire is learning how to share money. It's always a good thing to be a giver. I've always been told that the hand of a giver is always on top. So you cannot afford to be selfish. Learn to share. Learn to be a giver. Learn to be somebody that is a succor to other people. You see, the more you solve other people's problems, you'll be surprised. It's as if there's something that will always make sure your own problems too are being solved as well. So learn to share money. Learn to be a giver so that more and more harvests can come to you. And finally, learn how to protect and shield money. It's not how much you make, but it's how much you keep. So learn the different strategies that will help you to protect the money that comes into your hand. Learn the strategy that will help you to invest your money in income generating assets that would always make it grow and multiply. You have to understand that there are basically 7 streams of income. And as you are growing older and moving into retirement, your wealth planning strategy is to make sure that you have at least 4 to 5 streams of income. There are 3 main ones. There's active income, there's passive income, and there's residual income. As you're growing older, you need to move more from active income to more passive and residual income. What do I mean by active, residual, and passive income? If you look at active, when you are working and you're going to the office and you're earning money maybe at the end of the week, or you're earning money at the end of the month, that's active. You're working. So your 30 days equates to the salary you get at the end of the month. But we are looking at passive income. Passive income is what you plan, you work hard for some time, and then the money keeps coming in. For instance, if you have rental property, You've worked hard, you've built the house, you're now renting it out. That is passive income. You have shares in a company, and at the end of the year, the company now declares a profit, they pay you a dividend. That is passive income. You have a fixed deposit account, or you have a high interest yielding account. At the end of a season or at the end of the month, they give you an interest on the money on your deposit. That is passive income. That is passive income. Or you write a book and it's up on Amazon, and every month they send you royalty for your book, or maybe your music or your invention. That is passive income. Or you have a blog, or you have a YouTube channel, things that you have done that you work very hard, and then the money keeps coming in on a regular basis. That is the kind of passive income. Now those are the things that you need to build as you're growing older and moving into your retirement. Watch out for a training that will be uploaded soon that will talk more about passive income strategies, because that is a training on its own. Now, finally, in planning for your retirement, we've talked about the 4 plans that you need. It's very easy and simple to have a peaceful retirement. We've made a resource available. If you go to www.peacefulretirementnigeria.com, www.peacefulretirementnigeria.com, you can download a book that will show you how to plan. And all these things I've discussed, they're all in the book. That will show you how to plan PR to have a peaceful, healthy, wealthy, and wise retirement. Thank you.